Hi guys, it's me, Joseph again, and for this video that I will be dedicated to the Avatar Last Airbender vlogs, I shall be covering chapter number 15 of book 1 of this wonderful show called Bato of the Water Tribe. And as such as it being in book 1, it will be really in the water section. This chart. This picture. And it's very quite nice because not only do you see guitars and Sokka's friend and the second command, if you will, to the father, but you also see a bunch of the War Nation, War Tribe culture, among other things too. But you also see a negative side of Aang, as well as you see an introduction to a new character, a new, whatever the she is supposed to be. So without further ado, here we go with the episode 15 of this wonderful show and book in chapter in the first arc of the first season of the show, the water book. So anyway, you see the Avatar trying to go on the quest of the North Pole, see the close of all people. So, but they happen to find among the debris and stuff, like a war tribe sword or a knife made from whalebone, which is close to what they would really be made out of if you were in like the Inuit or the Eskimo culture, which the war tribesmen and based on. So we also get a little bit of a flashback of not baby, but young Sokka. Sokka like 15 or so in the show, but in this particular episode, they show him as a little kid, like maybe 9 years old, something like that, something around that ballpark. So it's really kind of cute because he's in war makeup and he's like trying to be a spiritual leader and stuff, and he looks so damn adorable. It's really kind. He looks so cute in little war makeup, like a little war pup, if you will. And he looks so precious. Unfortunately, he can't go because he's too small. He's not strong enough, and got to take care of his mom and his sister. The mother-in-law at this point. But anyway, the father told him no, he can't go with him. And he ends up crying. It's right that he doesn't end up howling at the moon, because later on we'll see that he's got more of a war dog to get up for when he goes to war. It's really cool and everything. So they find out about they find more more traces of their father's camp there, like a boat that was in his fleet, as well as Bato himself. Now, I should point out that with Bato, he looks like he's obviously a weather-worn warrior, but to me, he looks kind of how should I put this indigenous Chinese by the way he looks. And with the name Bato, it's kind of weird because number one, I think of like the soldier guy from Ghost in the Shell, that name. Is it, well, it's actually dangerously close to a curse word or so in Spanish. I believe that the word is Bato. It could be Bato, I don't know, I'm not that fluent in Spanish, but it seems very dangerously close to that. Luckily, you don't see the name that much. So anyway, these people are very excited to see each other because they've been away from each other for I think 2 or 3 years at this point. So they're like, yeah, Dad's still alive. And then you go, yeah, your father's so fine and dandy. He's so nice and all that. Which is actually pretty exciting to hear that. Meaning that we never actually see the father at this point in the story, so it's kind of nice to know that you have other people fighting for their cause, off screen. So, then you also got, so as they get along and get on with their conversations, Aang tends to, not like the war culture, the war nation culture as much. I mean the war tribe culture so much, because, he's a vegetarian, so everything that involves like pets and animal abuse and animal killing, he doesn't like too much. And of course, animal abuse, which comes later on in the episode when they have the new character whipping her beast, if you will. But he didn't say anything about that. But it's finally. So anyway, they had that. Yeah, he tried to bond with Bato and the other two, but they just seemed more enamored by Bato and his stories and his culture and stuff. They really paid much mind. So anyway, cut to Iroh and Zuko. Every present on the one-trick mind of capture the ATLA and bring it on to himself with his father. So what happens with them is that they end up being on the boat in the dock, and then Uncle Iroh, it's like peace and tranquility and rest is a good medicine on the journey, something like that. So he gives his nephew some tea, and then the boat shakes, causing him to spill tea over himself and move his hair. And this has to be a pretty big thing to make it go thump in the night, because the ship is made iron. So they investigate it, and they find out that the school John is like bounty hunter, voiced by legendary voice actress that does the voice of Thorn from Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, Jennifer Hill. And I recognize the voice anywhere, because she's the sexiest one of the three. So anyway, she's on this little she thing. I think that's the way you pronounce it. Anyway, it's like a combination of a mole and a bloodhound, and I guess a big mongoose that you can ride. And it's quite a fearsome little beast too, because you can track wherever it wants by scent alone. And it even tracked a story on this ship. So it captured the story, and then they decided to make friends with it. And no care, but when you meet her up the next day, I swear to God that when they meet this woman again in like a more casual setting, she's arm wrestling somebody, and I swear to God, it's Ryu from Street Fighter. I swear to Christ. I noticed he got the outfit on, the hair, the headband, just like Ryu. He even got the arm strength, body strength, Ryu, and he even got the little arm and hand guards, that he has in some of the games. So it's Ryu. There's no doubt about it. Meanwhile, she's arm wrestling the guy, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna make a deal with these two guys before I knock you out. So she knocks him out with no problem whatsoever. He's over there flexing his arms. And it's just so damn funny. So like he uses the necklace that he got from Katara in a very creepy way by the way. And it's just so funny that they make a deal with him. But also we find out that at the end we find out that Iroh is a player. Oh yeah, like giggity like Master Roshi. And it's really funny. Perhaps to him. So we'll get a nice little thing about anger. I'm not a fan of, because the kids Katara and Sokka really want to see their father in the worst way possible. Just to catch about time to make sure he's still alive, well and everything. So the Aang thinks that they're gonna leave him behind for him to go see the father rather than take him up to 16 claws, the North Pole. So you do the thing where they have Aang overhear that, then he walks away right as they change their mind to stay with him. I don't like that. So then they have a messenger boy, which I believe is voiced by Zuko himself. Totally Bato. And then they have the guy do one of them delivered on the chocobo from the Final Fantasy game. Yeah, I'm sure they got a name for him in the show, but it's the chocobos. So anyway, the map that leads to the father from the Water Tribe, from where they are now. But he doesn't want to give it to Sokka and Katara for fear that they would abandon him. He's their father. I mean, it's their father, for Christ's sake. Of course you're gonna want to see your dad after 3 years or 2 years or whatever. I mean, that's logic. That's, of course they're gonna want to see him over, taking you to the North Pole. Of course they're gonna want to do that. You're not that important. You are important, but family comes first. But eventually, they take the map with them, and everything is all forgiven. After being pissed off at him first. So, I like the fact that they have a real piece of culture involved with the Warrior tribe. Because they have Bato over there wanted to give Sokka his rite of passage. And they do it by ice dodging. That sounds like a fun thing, right? But no, it involved navigating a ship throughout icebergs. But they're like, how come we don't wear any ice around? We're in the tropics still. So it turned out that the bay that they're in had like a bunch of rocky outcrops, little islands in there. So they have to navigate out there. So Sokka is in charge of all that, all the mess and the mate and the steering done by Katara and Angus was basically. So that's no big deal for him. You know, he's a pretty good navigator and strategist guy. There's no problem with that for him. But then the guy said, you know, very good job. Now let's go back. So then he keeps going forward into a into like a cul-de-sac of rock formations. We can't navigate around it. So what does Sokka do? He decided to go over it by using Katara's waterbending and Aang's airbending to fill the sails up with air and wind, and then making the water rise with Katara. Kind of a very ingenious way to do it. He impressed even the master, the Bato. So after he gives the mark of courage and wisdom, courage and bravery to Sokka and Katara, I think he also gave the thing for trust to Aang, which I never liked the idea about giving trust to the person who is not trustworthy to find something, which I think is kind of a stereotype, more or less. Kind of weird that it always happens that you do something that's untrustworthy, and that's what you get the mark of trust. Quite literally in this case. And he makes Aang an honorary war tribesman, which is very sweet and tender. But then it turns out that he was given the map, which I think I wasn't ripped up when he lit up. And then he fucking gets blows of views at him because, you know, he kept it from us, even though it was from my father and whatnot. And he knows that we want to see him. So, then the guy split up with Bato, not even arguing with Sokka and Katara, just go along with him. You know, maybe it would be like, you know, we should go with the Avatar, but no, he just says, just screw it. Forget about the honor of the Avatar, and let's just go get your father. Let's have a family reunion. Which is like kind of sad. I don't like this whole thing with Aang keeping it as a secret. No, I don't think that Aang will really do that if he was a real life character. So anyway, they have they also have at this point they have and Gyro and Zuko following the trail of Aang and Katara and the others using that she beast and and she's using she go to visit Miyuki and Cradle Cat Lady, which is nice. And then they also visit Madame Wu from the previous episode and the episode before that too. Now this makes it for a very interesting conversation with Iroh in that Wu he's in the middle of that. Says, "You want to approach redhead something?" So he goes, "No, in my life there's only one more spray left, and I'd rather that be a surprise. I'd rather that be kept hidden." So that means death. He wants to keep that a secret for now. So it's a good cameo part, but I view it as more of a progression, they went to this place, then they went to this place. Not just recapping it, like a memory type of thing. Was it nice this episode? Wasn't it nice for this episode? So anyway, they get closer to the Avatar and the others, and then it's news that this creature came to the abbot where they were staying at the time. He said, yeah, I know, everyone's gonna leave and stuff. The nun says over there, so and you have to come with us. You have to leave right now, or the beast will destroy everything. So then he said, "No, Katara, the necklace, Katara, it'll lead them right to them, and they'll be defenseless." So then they actually have to fight between Aang, Zuko, John, and Appa gets involved, and the Shishi beast gets involved too. Now, let's believe that anything that this thing's tongue touches will become paralyzed. Even though she said that because it licked Zuko, that it likes him, kind of like a puppy dog. So I guess it must mean that the thing has the power to turn off its poison saliva, its paralyzed saliva, like a Pokemon, which she resembles a Pokemon trainer, but the Pokemon trainer that had the whip in them, like the Ace trainer, I believe they're called, the one with the heartless whip. It was good that he doesn't say anything about that. So anyway, they have them fight, and now the thing is that Appa ran the thing from the side, ran the beast from the side, which does significant damage to it. But then, as he flung away, the thing licks part of his leg. Ew. But it also paralyzes him, but not to the point that it completely paralyzes him. I guess this thing, it has paralysis abilities, but only as far as the size of the target is. So like something like as big as Appa, as big as a bison or an elephant or whatever, takes a few more licks to get to the center of it. like a Tootsie Pop. So after like 3 or 4 more whipped tongues of it, then Albert goes down for good. But he able to remember his eyes because he paralyzed equal to kill me or I. So anyway, the show Zuko playing with and it's beautiful choreography. It's great choreography. It's so nice they used it in the last Avengers movie, which everyone agrees sucks. And I like the way they always do the choreography around the well, around the rooftops, all culminating with Zuko throwing a giant fireball into the well to get the Avatar. But then the Avatar uses its wind powers and his water bending ability to shoot a giant jet force of water up into the air. And meanwhile, he does a graceful bow, like this kind of bow. And meanwhile, he gets the necklace, and then on the other side, you see Zuko falls to the ground ungracefully, and it rains so nicely to show that the good guy is more balanced than the bad guy is. And that's really deep, that's funny. So then you see Appa taking a few swings at this beast. He does do quite a bit of damage. And he does quite a few bad things that damage the abbot. And he swings his tail around creating a wind. Yeah, I'll leave it at the wind. And then they decide to, once the thing paralyzes up for good, they think of a way to get permanently knocked out the sushi beast. And it's more in line with how a criminal would to take out a pursuing bloodhound. Because what happened is when a criminal tries to escape from a bloodhound, what they'll do is they'll put pepper or some kind of other obnoxious odor in the way of the bloodhound, so that when they sniff it, it destroys the nose inside, which is really cool to the dog. But what they do is, instead of doing this to the animal, they run a bunch of like pungent spices, and then they overload his system by dumping very, I'm sure, expensive spices on the ground, and therefore it saturates the air with their scents, therefore overloading the sensory perception of this creature. So I love when they show this, and they show the colors of the scents blurring together, slowly and blurring together, kind of like an old TV station, that went out on the fridge, like it goes like beep, that thing with the color bars. So that's a pretty cool way to do that, the way they defeat it. And I think that the thing ended up recovering because back to its old ways with John as a leak. So then it randomly shoots its tongue at anybody that goes near it, because right now it's blind and frightened, I guess. So it attacks Zuko, John, they both fall, and so does Sokka and Katara were I'm paralyzed by smelling salt. The smelling salt. And it's funny because when all three humans are on the floor, paralyzed, and then I felt on top of like an arrow. Zuko said, "But I didn't see the tongue actually. I could find you. Yeah, I didn't see touch you." Like, I'm enjoying this too much. Shut up, nephew. And they said, "Oh yeah, he's a player, right?" At his age, you gotta take him when you can. Never overlook an opportunity like that. So that was really fun. And then in the end, I was off and then my front way. It's like, I wish that I had to give you to say I'm sorry. And she's like, oh, you don't have to do anything. And he presents her with the necklace. Says, oh, thank you, and where'd you get it? Oh, Zuko gave it to me as a gift to you. And you want me to give him a kiss for you next time I see him? And then she could, no, I want you to give him this. And then she kisses him, and that also sparks the creation of the romance between them. So, they have a map. They go with the Avatar anyway, they go help him out. I really like this episode because it showed the rites of passage for a young man in the water tribe. It shows the food with the seafood, I think it was, but and didn't eat it, didn't like it. And I like the way they show that even though the father is like an important warrior and stuff, I'm sure that he would appreciate the two kids going with the Avatar to go on his quest to find Santa Claus in the North Pole. So I like that. I like the they respect each other. I like the way they respect Bato respects Aang. I like the way they always they're like, yeah bro, you're my brother now. We're kind of forever and that kind of thing. And this episode was pretty cool. I like the way Bato gave the three kids the map so that they can reunite with their father after they're done with their quest. And that will become later on in the show. Where they do end up fighting is he the chief? Is he like the top dog in the Southern Water Tribe? I think he is. Way like that from the south. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed this episode because it shows how they're all one big happy family. And that, at first Psycho was pissed off with Aang, but then at the end they all came together because he realized that Aang is the only thing, that they are the only thing that Aang has left in the world, Alabama and Momo. So yeah, they all got together again. We're all family again. No hard feelings, and everything was cool. And I wrote Magic Copperfield once in a while too. And by the way, when I say that, I think that John is the closest thing in this show to what you would consider God. coded them more my theory about Thorn being a reincarnation of its character John. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I thank you for watching my video on the 15th episode of Season 1 of this show called Bato of the Water Tribe. It was actually really, really good. And as you can imagine, I give this episode my happy face silver bubble because it's excellent. The geography on the fight and the battles is excellent. Even in the fight with over the well was very good. And the powers of fire versus air, it did end up becoming pretty coolly matched in my opinion. And the fact that Aang was actually using it more for offense against Zuko was actually more of a telltale sign that he was trying to defend his friends and pets against an equal and opposite threat. Me and John and that weird beast. So anyway, if you like what you see here, you want to see more of my stuff on here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also contact me for future information on future videos by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3707. That's my phone number. You can follow me on Twitter or X if you prefer at PNelsonPro. Also, you can reach me at my email at jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. So as to all you Avatar fans out there, all you Street Fighter fans out there, all you Gyro fans out there, I'm one of you guys. I love Gyro. And Mr. Mako himself. I can't pronounce a lot of things, but Mako's good. So peace out, my brothers. This sayonara, ciao, or BSA. All you girls and guys in Interland. See you in the next video. Aloha.